What's up, guys? Welcome Rex's R31. So, if you haven't seen it yet, here it is. Anyway.
I can't get it on. I hate these stupid lock nuts. I really hate.
So basically, this is Rex's R31. It's essentially the same setup mine was, almost. We're in the process of changing over the ECU to a Microtech, which was the same one that I had in mind. It's got the same turbo I had, RB30 E plus turbo. It's basically the same setup, except his is probably not as tidy as mine was. Doesn't really matter because it's a drift car, but it's been stripped and whatnot. Nice hydro there. Yeah, spanner. Pretty cool little feature. Back's all been stripped out. Same sort of wing that I had on mine. So yeah, almost the same car really. As you would have seen if you're keeping up with my YouTube, I've decided to part out my S13s. In doing that, I've decided to sell all my 4-stud wheels because the car that I'm going to be building next, instead of a 13, is going to be a 5-stud car, and I'll probably never really have a 4-stud car again. So, I'm selling all my 4-stud wheels. So basically, I've decided the RXBs that I bought, which I really wanted to put on my 31, but they didn't clear my R33 brakes. Decided to sort of see if they fit on Rex's R31 pretty well, and if they do, he can take them, because I'd rather see them kept for the purpose that they were bought for than sold. So. Check the fitment of these and see how we go. We also got our posties back. It's just, it's chaos out here. It's super fun. Postie boys.
Postie boys. The old motorcycle gang's back together.
Anyway, so we've been raging around on them this afternoon, just having a ball of time. So, also got this moped. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know, jumping into the dam or something. But anyway, yeah, so shit's happening. So basically, for anyone that's watching my YouTube and seen previous video of the fact that I'm wrecking out my S13s, if anyone needs any S13 gear, give me a bell. I got heaps of stuff. I'll put a link for that video in the description as to why I'm parting them out and what I've got that I'm actually parting out. And you guys will find out what I'm building instead very soon. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be sick. So the only thing that really sucks about this tyre wall is now I've got to get all these wheels down from the mezzanine, which is a pain in the ass. But oh, you do that in the big jobs. It's the old boy's old 69 Mach 1 that once was. He definitely wishes he kept this one. Fat old jelly beans. How much do you wish you kept that one, Dad?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Anyway, we've had a couple of Mustangs, but that is one we definitely wish we kept. Well, Dad wish he kept. It was before our time, but yeah, fat car.
The rims are very exposed.
It's a big yes from me.
What do you reckon, Rex? Oh, we'll put the others on. And I guarantee you by then, if I put the others on, I'll be too lazy to take these back off, so they're probably going to stay.
Well, guys, if that's the case, we're going to have these Grizzlies. Wait, no, that's my Steely. These ones. These Grizzlies will also be for sale. 17-inch steel wheels. We also have these 16-inch deep dish DL Steelies for sale. Everything's for sale. This RB25, for sale.
Walking out the door.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely a yes from me. And, as you can see, doesn't have the same issues mine had because this car only runs S13 brakes, so yeah boy. Looks good. Boom. Man. So yeah, pretty glad this is happening. So basically the deal is that if Rex likes these wheels, he'll be trading me for these, the car I will next be building as a drift car. What do you reckon, mate?
They're pretty aggressive.
They look good though, eh?
Like it.
They do look good. Finding modifications to make it work. Not a lot, just in subtle amount.
So as you probably already figured, I'm a massive fan of these wheels. I do really like them, and I looked around for ages before I found this set that was secondhand. They sort of popped up. Because of basically the style of wheel and where it comes from and the era it's from, it's really hard to find these wheels in good sizes. Like, obviously we like sort of pretty big wheels. You can get heaps of Watanabe style wheels in 15s and 16s, but to get them in a 17 is very hard to find. And Rhoda, as far as I'm aware, are pretty much the only person that make this style of wheel in a 17. So yeah, pretty skids. Like I said, it took me a long time to, like, these popped up secondhand. I always wanted them for my 31. Bought them, didn't fit, as you might have seen in the video. And I'd rather them be on this one that's also, you know, part of what we're doing instead of sell them off. So they look sick. I'm pretty stoked. I think Rex is pretty stoked.
Flat battery.
Flat flattery.
Flat flattery.
So as you can see here, apart from the obviously the forward-facing plenum, but this Skyline is very similar to my setup. It's got the same size turbo on it. Got a little blow-off valve there, but yeah, very similar. So once it gets the Microtech and so yeah, it's getting a Microtech and a new set of injectors, and we're actually probably going to put the exact same maps in the ECU that was in mine, so should make around the same power. We're expecting about 350-ish. Mine made 320, so.
You got an upgraded coil for it, which was what was limiting your setup, so.
Yeah. Yeah, my setup was limited by the ignition, obviously. The single coil on mine was pretty much limiting it, throwing out spark at a 320, so Rex has got an upgraded coil. He might be able to make a bit more power than I did. Hell yeah, it do look damn good. Just incoming rodeo to save the day. So needless to say, Rex really likes the wheels. Also, so do I. Oh, that's mint. So yeah, the trade will go ahead, so it means I've got myself another drift car, which I will show to you shortly. Oh, damn. Instagram photos. Gotta get photos for Instagram. Woo! Fat. Love it. So as you can see, looks $1 million. Looks as good as I thought a 31 would look with these wheels on it, which I'm stoked about, Rex is stoked about. So that means I got my new drift car, Rex gets the wheels, and everyone's pretty happy.
I could smell burning rubber, and I was like, I'm on grass, that's not right. That left rear is rubbing real bad.
Looks sick though. Alright, so you're probably wondering what's next as far as the drift car goes now that the Silvias are going, which I suppose it's time to show you that. You've probably seen, I might have shown you a sneak peek of this in another video at some point, but this is actually what I had originally planned to build as a drift car originally before I even purchased the Silvias, and both of them were sort of just, I suppose, opportunistic purchases. One of them was a mate that sort of needed some money, and I sort of wanted to build a Silvia a bit, and I knew I wouldn't need that motor, so I was looking for something that was had a blown up 25 in it, and that's how I ended up with the second one. So I never really, I suppose, had the idea of building a Silvia. I'm not what I suppose you would call a Silvia fanboy, and this is what I actually had originally wanted to build in the first place anyway. So here she is. MX-83 Cressy. So here it is, MX-83 Cressida. The reason I wanted to build one of these in the first place and not a Silvia is basically just due to the fact that these Cressys are very cheap. Most of them came out in autos. I don't think any of the Cressidas actually came in manual. The Chasers did, but I don't think the Cressidas did at all. So most of them haven't really been mistreated. Most of them are quite clean bases, and yeah, to reshell one costs just about nothing because they're so cheap. So this was always my idea, was to build a Cressida. This one Rex originally had bought, and I obviously just traded him them rotors for it, so now it's mine. So plan is to build this into my drift car now that the Silvias are getting parted. So just means it might be a little longer than I expected before I get back to the track with the drift car, but hey, things happen, that happens, so pretty excited to build it. I think it's going to be a pretty gangster car. This will all get stripped the same way the Silvia was going to, basically. And I'll sell off the Silvias and build this instead, after I'm done building that puppy there. But anyway, all in the fullness of time, it'll all tick along. The Cressidas obviously are already 5x114 as well, so pretty good base to start off with considering the price and what you're getting for your money, so pretty good. Still haven't decided what engine to put in it now. Yeah, no closer to that as I was before with the Silvias. So this one's got a 7M GTE. No, sorry, this one's got a 7 MGE in it that's actually knocking. It was taken on a mountain run with no oil in it apparently, and developed a wicked knock. So that'll be coming out and getting sold off. It's just got pretty sure it's an A340 auto, and that'll all go and get replaced with something. Notice me, senpai. Alright, so that's pretty much what's going on. Going to build the Cressida instead of the Silvias. Still 90s Japanese car gang, I suppose.
and a lot cheaper to reshell when it gets bent, which was always my reasoning for wanting to build a Cressida in the first place. So I do have to apologise to everyone who was, obviously I had a lot of interest in the S13s, a lot of people were keen to see what was going to happen with them, and I do apologise for the fact that they're not going ahead anymore. But like I said, I'm not exactly what you'd call a Silvia fanboy. I didn't particularly want to build a Silvia in the first place. They were sort of just opportunistic purchases, and I'm just not prepared to put in the amount of work and money that's required to get them both to where they need to be. I would rather put it into something that's already tidy like the Cressida, because, you know, if I'm going to do it anyway, I'd rather do it to that, and then if I bin it, it's cheap to reshell, whereas if I put all that effort into a Silvia to build the drift car, when I bin it, it's going to cost me a lot to reshell, a lot to repair. It's also just a lot more work to put in to get that done. So sorry to everyone who was keen to looking forward to the S13s, but we will be building the Cressy, so stay tuned if you want to see how that goes.